Good afternoon. My name is Jared Allen, and today we'll be talking about leadership, organizational sense. Now, before we begin, let's talk about the key word in this presentation: leadership. Leadership is influencing, motivating, and enabling others to contribute toward the effectiveness and success of the organization of which they are members. Main examples of this could be the chancellor of a university, captain of a football team, even your teachers or leaders in their classroom, respectively. Mayors, the president of the United States. These are all forms of leadership in different positions that people take in which they have to be leaders. Now, before we get started with the rest of the presentation, there was actually a quote from the book that I really enjoyed that I want to show you right now. The quote says, anyone can be a leader if he or she has an idea or vision that other employees or members, as we're going to substitute in, are eager to follow. Now let's focus on this quote. Anyone can be a leader. I want everybody to understand that anybody can be a leader, and everybody can be a leader. If you have an idea or a vision that you want to implement, you have to make people be able to follow you. You have to make that idea something that they can adapt to. Now, what we're about to talk about right now is another form of leadership: shared leadership. Shared leadership flourishes in organizations where the former leaders are willing to delegate power and encourage employees to take initiative and risk without fear of failure. This to me is one of my favorite forms of leadership, shared leadership. This to me is one of the most productive ways that a leader can get a task done with his team, his or her team. When you delegate different issues and different tasks to people, it makes them feel important within your circular environment. It makes them feel like they're contributing to something. Prime example: a few years ago, I was a member of the undergraduate chapter of my fraternity. Usually, what we do is we develop the fish fry, we put together the step show, and we put a tailgate together for homecoming for that whole weekend. So we have the fish fry on Friday, the step show that evening, and then we have the tailgate that Saturday. My leader at the time was one of my line brothers. He delegated certain tasks. Some of us was focusing on the step show, others was focused on the fish fry, and then after all that was done, we all focused directly onto the tailgate. We all had different tasks that we had to do, but we all knew our different roles and what we had to do. This is an example of shared leadership because he didn't just take it all upon himself to do something. It was delegated to each one of us, and we all had specific tasks that we knew we had to do. We always encouraged to do what we had to do because it was a tradition for our chapter. So I'm trying to as you noticed from my previous presentation, I'm trying to use personal experiences to illustrate shared leadership, and that's my example of shared leadership. Now, the next thing we can look into is service leadership. This is especially this is really a tribute to me at North Carolina State University because you look at the picture that I have right here. North Carolina State University, North Carolina State University celebrating 100 years of truth and service. From day one, since I first got to North Carolina State University, the one thing they have been pushing to every student is truth and service. To be a service to the community, be a service to the university, and be a service to the world. North Carolina State University thrives itself on developing servant leaders. Servant leaders, servant leaders do not view leadership as a position of power. Rather, they are coaches, stewards, and facilitators. North Carolina State University fosters in its students a drive to be service leaders, to be those that help the community, to be not doing it for the recognition or the power they may receive or the monetary value, just to do it because it's what is needed. That is a prime example of service leadership, the entire institution of North Carolina Central University. Now, let's look at something else. Fiddler's contingency model. According to this model, leader effectiveness depends on whether the person's natural leadership style is appropriately matched to the situation. This is an interesting model to examine when it comes to leadership. This is basically saying that your style of leadership can be demanding, straightforward, blunt, that it has to be matched for the certain situation. I completely agree. Some leadership styles do not work in other aspects of life. In one aspect of life, I could be in fast food. I could be demanding, be fast, be quick, be efficient because that is the work environment that you're in. Fast, quick, effective. However, if I was a famous author, my boss would not be able to tell me to write fast or quickly to get something done immediately because it's the fact that my finished product is something that will be sold in the future, which means that if I rush it, the possibility of it having a profit can very much lower. So let's look at famous author, publicist. You can't you can't bring that type of leadership. You can't bring the same type of leadership for that into fast food because they're two different industries. However, fast food moves fast and efficiently. Being a writer takes time, pace, a lot of energy. So that's my final example of Fiddler's contingency model. Now, look at something else called situational leadership theory. Now you see it right here. I was actually looking for a picture online, and that's actually found this part of a presentation that actually was the epitome of what I needed. It was developed in the late 1960s by Dr. Ken Blackard and Dr. Paul Hersey. It focuses on leadership in situations. Other than its life cycle theory of leadership, different situations demand different kinds of leadership. This right here is, as I mentioned before, it's kind of the same thing as Phillips contingency theory, but this is saying it's blatantly saying that different situations require different leadership. As I previously gave you an example. What we're looking at now is the elements of transformational leadership. Transformational leadership is made of four things: develop a strategic plan, communicate the vision, model the vision, and build commitment towards the vision. I'll use this for example. I'm a graduate student at North Carolina State University with a master's in business administration, concentration entrepreneurship. What I want to do is open the old movie theater back in my town. So what I have done is actually develop a strategic plan how to do a survey of the town to figure out if they still want the town to be made. I've communicated my vision for what the new theater could be with several interested parties. I've modeled the vision. I made a model of the vision by looking at other other movie theaters who have success in this arena and what I want to do. And I've built commitment toward the vision. I've dedicated myself to the vision of this new movie theater. Now, this presentation was relatively short, about 9 minutes. The issue of leadership is encompassing many different topics, from gender to several different topics to path goal leadership theory, contingency perspective of leadership. But I decided to focus on certain elements of of this chapter because I feel like those elements mostly pertain to me, and I was able to explain to you in a way that you can relate. I hope everybody enjoyed this presentation. And if you have any questions, please contact me at jallen1@eagles.ncc.edu.